In
Right.
fact, one of my major research projects was I did a 30-year study of the personal expenditures index. It's the way the government tries to predict what people are going to buy a year from now. And so I did over a 30-year period, I looked at what they predicted, the Federal Reserve, that is, and what actually happened. They were right 46% of the time. You could have literally done better flipping a coin.
That's crazy.
Now, it's important to point out that the people at the Federal Reserve aren't stupid. I couldn't do any better because you're asking economists to do things that economists can't do. This is what's called a complex system that's governed by spontaneous order. And it's like the weather. And I happen to have two weather apps up right now. This one says that there's a 30% chance of rain in the next hour. This one says a 0% chance.
Different models.
Exactly. Right. And that's the point. They are models, and
Right.
all models are wrong. You
Some extent.
cannot
Mhm.
an accurate model. It can't happen because they're all based on too many assumptions and too much lack of information. For me to correctly model the economy for next year, I have to know what 9 billion people are planning to buy and sell. I don't know what my wife is planning to buy next week.
Nor does she.
So how in the world am I going to predict what 9 billion people are going to do?
That's true. But it seems to me that that's where the control comes in because it's like if I control other people's decisions, then therefore I can be better at my predictions of the future. If I
Which
limit
is
your
why it always
choices to
divides. Which is why it has to end up as a dictatorship, because you have to not just control a little bit, you have to completely micromanage. That's what was never imagined. North
Mhm.
Korea has a fairly successful black market. People there buy American jeans and CDs and stuff like that on penalty of death. They are
Mm.
still doing it because
Wow.
people want what they want.
There you
I
go. right.
mean, and so even if you say, I'm going to kill you if you do it, they're going to do it. That's the part that people that have a problem appreciating is that you can't have a little bit of socialism.
Mm.
You just can't have a little bit because ultimately, ultimately, you have to control every tiny bit of behavior, including things like what you do for a living. In North Korea, you don't get to pick. You're assigned. Here's your job. Do it.
Mm.
You can't have any freedom at all, or bad things happen from the government's perspective.